Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's not really a channel yet, I'm just kind of messing around. I'm John, the original DJ Triple J, and I want to talk to you guys about a couple things, NASCARs and tires. First of all, let's talk about the tires that I've been using down in Australia for the Road Warriors. Okay, you guys probably recognize this guy. Well, this is the BlackFire Ford 2. And I've been racing it on my channel. You probably saw some of the videos. But can you see? It's hard to see. This light's bad. I started this morning, and now it's in the evening and dark out, so I don't have any outside light to really give it to you. You can see a tire here. God, this is bad. I should probably bring a flashlight in. And there's another tire. There you can kind of see it. Okay, anyway, this one doesn't need it, but it runs really good with two tires. And these are not Sizzler tires. Let's see. Let me set this down here and see if my new camera stand works. Phone stand. Okay. Let's get him out of here. Alright. These are Sizzler tires. Okay. And those little guys there, those are BlackFire GRTA 100s. I don't know what to call them. SuperTires. BlackFire tire. I don't know, but they're fun. Okay, notice the Sizzler tire is kind of large. And it fits on loose. And so that was the problem I had before I shipped down to Hot Car Track for Road Warriors. I just took the wheel off with an idiot. And the truck I used, putting the Sizzler tire on the big wheel, I was afraid to stretch it out because I was afraid that this old rubber would break. And normally just trying to get them off the car, the rubber just like crumbles off. Well, I managed to get some of these off, and I was thinking, oh boy, Sizzler tires, that's the thing. Okay, this just fits barely. This is like the second size up. 1.5 mil. Look, it fits on there pretty nice. But that's a lot of rubber on the track, man. That's a lot of rubber. And you got to line them up. It's kind of a pain. Now, with my new tire, oh, I just dropped one. Take a pair of needle nose and you stick them through in the end and you stretch them out. And you turn it, stretch them out, loosen it up a little bit, get them nice and flexible. And then you got your wheel. Just assume the wheel's on the chassis or the frame, and you just put the wheel in the loop there. Can you see that? Put the wheel in the loop. And you don't bend your axle, push down. Okay, I got it lined up. And just kind of ease it off there. Okay. Now, you line it up. Now see, this thing is, these are on here. I mean, yeah, they'll move if you're in a 100-gram custom and it gets sideways and the tire catches really good. It might slide off the wheel a little bit. Now, Sizzler tire, look at this. It's a joke. This is rubber. This is a rubber band. Can you see the difference of the two? Anyway, the Sizzler tire is almost twice as wide. So that's when the BlackFire Ford goes down Mount Western Raceway. I bet you it squeaked when I had both tires. I finally, after running a few times, poor boy was the last race, I think. There was one on there. You can see with the new tires, they have a lower profile. And you can race with just one. And these will fit on the smaller wheels like you might find on a Mini. Or like, for instance, right here. Different size. This is the 1 millimeter. Or the, oh God, what size is that tire? 13th, 16th? No, that's the wrong measurement. Anyway, Oh, 9/16. That's the size of the smaller tire. And it fits nicely on these. And the trouble with it is, most of the cars don't have the clearance, to fit the tire on there. So you can take them apart, unscrew them. And then you can slip the SuperTire over this onto the other wheel. And then you run into clearance issues with the chassis. And if it's not the chassis, like this one's going to clear no problem. I could see that'll easily go over that wheel if we were going to use these wheels, because these are kind of they're not even plastic. Well, they're plastic, but they're not, I don't know what they are. They don't go with a crap on the track. So these all got to be changed out. So you end up having to grind out the fenders a little bit to make room. And then sometimes the interior area, it catches and you have to, so it's a labor of love. Because once you get them on there, the car likes to go pretty straight. I mean, they'll slide a little bit. And but these new ones, it's a harder compound. It's not rubber. It's matter of fact, it's kind of like a derivative of I think he said neoprene, or I don't know. I've got it written down somewhere, but it's a pretty long word. It's not real common stuff. They use it for like high pressure hydraulic lines, and you can get it in tubing, but it's really, really super hard to cut. So that brings me to how to cut it. I tried everything. The factory that I got all these tires from. These are all tires. I got a bag like 4 times the size. There's like 15,000. Their machine couldn't cut the stupid tires right, and so they were coming out crooked and lopsided, and then you could tell. Like this one here is a perfect one. This one's, well, not perfect, but it's good. When they're not balanced right, the car runs funny, just like a real car. Unfortunately, these are so small, you can't really add a little piece of lead to the wheel and spin it. Oh, there we go. It doesn't work that way. So this cutting wheel here is for my Dremel tool. And you take these little rubber tires and you slip them over like a screwdriver or a dowel, something that you could rotate. I haven't come up with a system yet, but I did it with a screwdriver yesterday, and I was able to cut it, and it makes a pretty good cut. And you can make the tire a little smaller, and smaller is better. Less friction, maximum traction. But see, if you make it too small, it'll roll off the wheel when it goes around corners, and then it always has to be realigned like a Sizzler tire. Almost like after every lap, you got to realign the Sizzler tire. Now, the BlackFire tires, you don't have to realign them unless you get in a major wreck, like I said before, sideways or something. But that's what these guys are, and I was hoping maybe you could, test them out at home on your cars. Maybe put them into your builds. I'm sending down the truck down to Australia here pretty soon. This guy here is going down for hopefully Road Warriors 3 if it makes it in time. And this guy doesn't have the problems of the other one. This is it. And I got rid of that stupid canopy. I didn't even know how to take it off on my first truck. That first truck was my 5th build. I don't know, this is probably number 60. I've done a lot of wheel swaps. Got a lot of practice, and I'm still not very good. But one day, I'll be able to keep up with Mark and KC. Speaking of Mark and KC, Mark and I are racing tomorrow. Oh boy. I wish he was racing this, because I'd kick his butt. But the BlackFire rubber wagon is what it is. See, now the rubber wagon has the little wheels on the back and the larger wheels in the front. And the reason why I had to do that is because I couldn't put the Sizzler tire on the bigger wheel and it wouldn't clear the fender wells. And I didn't have the wherewithal to know how to grind the fender wells out and get the proper clearance. I was just out of time. I had to ship the next day. And so I felt like, well, I can just do this. This will work. And I thought that the handling would be so good that it would outweigh the lack of speed, because on my final test, it wasn't really that fast. I mean, it was fast, and if the other car made any mistake, it would win. So I went ahead and went with it. And I was just really wanted to get you guys' attention as far as the tire idea. And, 5 days later, I get the shipment of these tires in, and there was like 6 different compounds to try, and it was pretty neat. It worked. I mean, you could use a rubber band, from an orthodontist and stick it on there, but you got to mess with it every time, and then it falls off and gets wrapped around the axle. So that's not going to work. And this system here is still kind of up in the air because whoever's running the track, you have to count on them to pay attention to what your tires are doing, kind of like a real pit crew. Well, Simon's busy doing a hot car track, and so I wasn't going to put him through all that. I bugged him a couple times, check my tires and make sure they're straight. And anyway, we ended up, just abandoning the whole thing because the truck was just way slower than I thought it was going to be, and I came to race, not to look stupid. So, hey, this has been the most fun I've had in a long time. So I'm glad, really happy that you guys have kind of accepted me into your group, and I'm really happy and honored to be a part of it. Let's move on to the Nascars. All right, I'm going to do another video because I'm not going to accomplish anything. I'm just basically practicing. Okay, we'll just start with the low numbers first. We got number 3, the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Sr. Bless his soul. He passed away in the crash in Daytona years. Well, you guys probably saw it. But this is a Chevy Lumina. This is a Matchbox. It's got really fat wheels, and it'll be an interesting... I've never taken one of these apart before. But this is an iconic car. It's not that heavy, so it's going to need some weight. This is probably like 1.1 ounces and so that equates to be what? Anyway, you guys are used to using grams. I'm used to using ounces. Whoever wants number 3 is going to get 2 of those to work on, and hopefully the build will turn out good. There's a Kodak number 4. This is a Hot Wheel. It has a metal bottom, and it's a nice looking car. This is a Monte Carlo in a 1998 first edition. This one's in pretty good shape. It'll probably ship in the package. Some of these were all water damaged, and I had an eBay store, and that's what these were for, was to resell on eBay. And tree limb fell down on our Hot Wheels shed, and we didn't know about it, and it rained and leaked in there for probably a week or two, and anyway, over 1,000 cars got, the packages were just totally ruined, mildewed and stuff. Anyway, so that's why I decided, rather than trying to sell these loose in a bin, I'd rather just give them away to my racing buddies, and then we can all compete and have a tournament. So that brings me to the NASCAR World Tour Builders Challenge. That's what I think we should call it. I'm open for suggestions. This is a team thing. So far, I've talked to Marc D, talked to Simon from Hot Car Track. Everybody knows and loves him. Mike at EnZed Racing, Craig at Hot Wheel Boys, Blue Line Racing, Gail Poor Boy, and I've been talking to KC, but he doesn't know about the build yet. I've been hitting along, but like he said himself, I'm kind of thick sometimes. You gotta love that guy. Man, what a builder. So we got to get him in on it. And I haven't got in touch with Redline Salvage Inc. He is a subscriber of my channel. And so I've corresponded with him on his, but he hasn't got back to me yet. Then there's 100 Proof Racing, Super Zero, Fractal Panda. I mean, I don't even know who these guys' names are. I know Kevin from my Hot Wheels collection, but he's not around this year. So we got who we got. Okay, let's move right along. We got another Monte Carlo. The old Terry Labonte number 5. The Kellogg's car. This is a good looking car. This also has a metal base. And we got another number 11. And this is the Paychex. It's a pretty cool car. This is a Ford Taurus. Alright. This also has a metal base. The following have metal bases. I'll tell you otherwise. Conseco Bank. Good looking car. Number 14. This one here is a Pontiac Grand Prix. And it looks kind of like a Holden when you really check it out. Alright, just a second here. Alright, then we got the number 13. First Plus Loans. You guys can change the paint on these. You know, if you can make decals, and we want to try to keep these cars looking like, you know, they're actual Nascars or supercars. You know, down in the, like what Simon was showing us, that the race down in Australia. Those cars are cool. I wish I had some Mustangs and some of those. Okay, there's that one, the 13. Then we have another Ford. What's this? I don't know what the hell this is. Primestar. Okay, well, it's another cool car. It's a Ford Taurus. And we've got, this is a Racing Champions. And this is actually not a bad car. This goes in the track. The wheels spin, but not very well. Never taken one of these apart. But this is really cool. This is a Ford. This is one of my favorite cars. This one right here. The Haviland. The Texaco. This one's cool. You can pull for that car too. Distractions at home. Okay. Get this mess out of the way here. Okay, we got the Cheerios. I bet you that's a Monte Carlo. What is that? Oh, that's a Ford Taurus. Okay, once that gets two of them, this has a metal base, and it's going to be a fun build. The plastic bases, the metal bases on the Hot Wheels, they're not the same size. They're a little different. Let me give you a quick example. I'm going to do this Altel 12. I already started. I took it apart. And it's a Taurus. The interiors are quite detailed. You almost hate to take them apart. Oh, my stupid dog's out there barking. Got some faster nevers I'm trying to put on here, but look at this, the axles. See, this distance here, this is a hard distance to find the right wheel size for. And I don't know the trick to crimping a little tip on the end. I should probably go online and see how they make straight pins. On the back wheels, these are kind of fat boys here. This will be interesting. This is a light car, 1.1 ounces. And I don't know, oh wait, it's, oops, just dropped a bunch of tires. And I don't have the equation in front of me. Okay, so there's two of the 28s, two of the Cheerios, number 26. Then we got Jeff Gordon, the Pepsi. This is also Racing Champions, and this one will roll down the track, but it's got a different kind of hard plastic tire, but it's not as good as a Hot Wheel tire. If you find those nickel axled cars, like the color changers, color shifters, those have nickel plated. Faster nevers, hot ones have it too as well. Find those wheels, that would be great on these. We got the 17 DeWalt. Oh, that car's pretty sick looking. And it's a Monte Carlo. Good looking car. And we got the number 21 Citgo. Oh, Michael Waltrip. And he's driving a Ford, and this is a Taurus. And that's a metal base as well. Now we come to the Caterpillar. Number 22. I think this was Jeff Burton. And this is the Dodge. What is it? Dodge what? I got my glasses on and I still can't see. Maybe I can see through the phone. Is it a Charger? I don't know. Looks pretty cool though. This has a plastic bottom. What's nice about these, once you drill them out, do a good job drilling them out, and the wheels just pop right off. Pop right out. You don't have to do hardly any manipulation whatsoever. Oh, here's the base. I mean, I should put the camera back in the sand, but you can just pop them right out of there. They got little short clips. And they come out really super easy, which might be a bad thing, but it's a good thing when you're trying to do a wheel swap. Then you just got to secure them in later. However you do that, that's up to you. Why is this out of focus? Okay. Then we get the number 25. Another Monte Carlo. That's a nice looking car. Y'all. UAW. Delphi. I don't know. Poor boy probably knows about those the Southern sponsors. because he's from Georgia. All right. Let's see. It brings us over to Gum Out. And we have two different colors for the number 30 car. Heck, I guess they both could race. These are both metal bottoms. And they got those cool little toolboxes that go with them. But these things weigh a ton. I don't know if I want to ship those or not. It might be extra. Then we got the Tabasco. This thing's not focusing. There we go. Tabasco, number 35. This is a nice looking car here. Oh, look at that. And look at that front end. Looks like a Holden, doesn't it? It's a Pontiac Grand Prix. I wouldn't be surprised if the Holden SS Commodore shared the same frame chassis as this, as the Grand Prix. And that brings us to Sterling Marlin's number 40. This was probably like a Coors Light car originally. And this is also a Monte Carlo, I believe. And then we got Petty Racing, 43, the STP. And this other one is the Wheaties car. All right. And this is also a Pontiac Grand Prix. Both of these are. All right. And we got the number 58 Gum Out. This is a Ford. I think this one has KC written all over it. This one might need to be, the top's kind of rough. This one was kind of heavily water damaged. There's two of those. And we got the number 44 car. Yeah, this is a Dodge. That's a good looking car. The GP, Georgia Pacific. This has a plastic base. And, so it's an easy wheel swap. Just got to get your weight manipulated. And we got the Sprint car. That's pretty contemporary looking. What do we got going on? We got a Chevy here. Looks like a Monte Carlo. This one has a metal base as well. The 46. First Union Bank. Yeah, I've never heard of it. I live in the United States. But it's a good looking car just the same. And this is, look at the black front end. This is a Grand Prix. And this is a Grand Prix. I checked it out before. And number 55, Kenny Wallace's car. The Square D. Used to be an electrician, so I worked with some Square D equipment before. Electrical panels. What kind of car is this thing? And we have another Monte Carlo. She's pretty. Number 66. That's a Ford Taurus. That's a nice looking car. Kmart, the Big K. Too bad that's going bankrupt. That was a great place to hunt for Hot Wheels. Okay, moving right along. Number 99, Marc D. He's got a 99 Exide. Well, here's the... this might be older than his. What year? 2002. Yeah. It's a Citgo. And then we have the John Deere. And this is a Ford Taurus. Very nice looking car. And there's two of those. So whoever wants that one gets two cars. And then we have Bill Elliott. I like him. He was a good driver. Another Ford. The McDonald's car. All right.